Zimbabwean children slip through fences along the South African border, showing how easy it is to cross back and forth between the two countries. At night, they hide around the border post and Bite Bridge, or sometimes sleep on the Zimbabwe side of the border to escape South African police. But many migrate to a South African camp in Musina, 12 kilometers up the road, which offers some food and some protection. Rudzani Ramugondo works for Save the Children, which is trying to help these kids. He says there are more than 1,500 unaccompanied minors in Musina, sleeping outdoors like the adults.
Actually, their needs is one, to have shelter, to have a place where they can stay. As an individual, they need personal things like clothing, like blankets, like toiletries. And most of them, they actually want to be in school.
His organization has been able to place 250 children in local schools. For the others who are still waiting, the group organizes informal classes that teach coping skills. 17-year-old Ipo Mario fled to South Africa after Zimbabwe's ruling ZANU-PF party began attacking supporters of the opposition Movement for Democratic Change following disputed elections last year.
At first, they had to burn out my father's shop and threw stones to the grasses. And at one time, they beat my father. And our family weren't allowed to go, at the shop sometimes. So we had to stay indoors and stuff. That's when I decided to run away after my father was dead. And my mother also is deceased, yes.
Because they are underage, refugee children cannot apply for asylum in South Africa. So an adult aid worker goes with them to the registration center and helps them fill out the forms. For young women, the dangers are even greater. 16-year-old Rivarasha Azangwe was crossing with her sister when some men tried to rape them in the bushes.
I fight them. So they said they want to cut me and left me. They cut me and they ran because they were soldiers. Came in.
Azangwe needed 20 stitches to sew up her arm. The men took all their belongings, including a cell phone with the number of a relative in Johannesburg. Lillian Rambuda, a counselor with Save the Children, says most of the unaccompanied girls are not visible to aid agencies because they're taken in to work on farms or in the sex trade.
Girls, especially girls, they're under big challenge because some they now start to do the prostitution while they are still young, because they have been grabbed by big men, lying to them, expecting them to do things which they were not willing to do. As they are stranded and vulnerable, they will do as they have been told.
The heartache of these children often comes out in music, such as in this song composed in the Shona language by 17-year-old Tonderai Muroyiwa. Please forgive Zimbabwe, he sings. Look at the suffering, the people dying. Please help. Humanitarian groups say the only solution for children like this is schooling until they can get jobs. But that could take a long time, since there are millions of unemployed people already in South Africa from both sides of the border. Scott Bobb, VOA News, Musina, South Africa.